We have a caller who wants to come on and tell a story, so make sure you can hear him.
Good morning.
Oh, hi, am I on the air?
You're on the air.
Hey, guys, it's Gordish, everyone's favorite cold open guy. I'm really enjoying the show so far. I love you guys' show.
Well, thank you. What do you got going on?
Well, that's something Murky told me. He said you got to do the butter up technique. I'm basically doing the cold open in place of Murky. He's a cold open master who he got every single cold open last season, and so he's training a group called Murky's Minions, and we're basically getting out there and trying to do cold opens ourselves. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're in the middle of a cold open, and I just need you guys to say in unison, "Let's start the show," and then everyone will love me, Gordish.
Gordish is doing a cold open, so they want us to announce his show.
What is the name of the show?
Oh, it's not even a show, but it is a show now, but it's not even it's not even a show. But
it's a show, but it's not a show. You know Slick? Is that...
If you go, well, basically it's like this, and then we're all good to go.
So what do you want us to say? Let's start the show?
Yeah, you just need to say in unison, like 3, 2, 1, let's start the show. And then we do what's called a cold open hit, and everyone goes crazy, and it's basically a good week for all of us, including me, Gordish.
I like that, but in exchange, you're going to have to come on our noon show and tell us a little bit more about what the hell you're doing.
About your Murky Minions.
Murky Minions.
Okay, I can do that. I'll ask Murky. I'll ask Murky if he will allow that, but I think he will. So let's start the show going, and then we can work on that.
All right, you give us a countdown.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Let's start the show.
That was incredible. Gordish is on the map. Bye.
Bye, Gordish.
Forget everything that you think you know, 'cause NEAS is now a show. We got the pranks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah, no need for angst, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah, no need for thanks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah, Chris and the pranksters trolling on the phone and discouraging people leaving in their own hole, and clear out your brain, now forget what you know, it's NEAS, the show, it's NEAS, the show.
Hey, give it up for your host, Chris One. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2. It's me, your host, Chris One, and I'm here to do the monologue. They told me last time that the monologue was too long, so I have to shorten it up. Apparently, I only get one joke. To me, that's a joke. What? Saying that having one joke is a joke counts as a joke? Fuck me. All right, I guess I'll head over to the desk then. And what an exciting episode that we have for you today. Do you not agree, Chris, too?
Am I supposed to be eating food?
Yeah, I think probably you are. Anyways, we have a great show for you. Wonderful segments this week. We've got Love of Country with Patriot Pete. We've got Officer Steve's Interrogation Room. And we've got, you guessed it, Prank Stallone, as he, or I suppose I, pranked Rudy Giuliani and Harlan Hill. First things first, though, the prank stars prank hard, and they love to do it. This week, they pranked a couple of softies, Todd Starnes and Dennis Prager. Let's check it out.
You don't want them to pull your card, because the prank stars, they prank hard.
Eight 877-243-7776. Nicholas in Basalt, Colorado. Hello. 1 minute. I'm having problems getting you. Having big problem. Hey, look at that. The light is yellow. I never saw that in my life. I'm sorry, Nicholas. I have to reboot the usual problem. All right. Go ahead. Hi there, Nicholas.
Oh, hey, Dennis. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Dennis. Do you think the reason none of your wives ever wanted to make love to you is because of how you look?
Oh, boy. Wow. It's an awesome, awesome moment. It's an awesome, awesome moment. Okay, we're going to Bobby in Temecula, California. Hello.
Oh, hey, is this me?
That is.
Hey, Dennis, how come you always get divorced?
Oh, wow. Today's... All right, we were having some technical problems. Grand Eaton Rapids, Michigan, and Laura, hello.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi.
What a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
And I cannot believe the stupid questions that some people ask.
Well, I want to go to the live stream. Eric, listening to us in the great state of Connecticut, and wants to weigh in on the unemployment situation. Hey, Eric, what's on your mind?
Hey, Todd. Thank you for taking my call.
Glad to do it.
Todd, I've got to tell you about a person I know, and it's really a sad story, but I'll avoid making it too sad, I promise. This person was extremely popular. They had everything going for them in their career. And they basically, they threw it all away, and now they're living a pathetic existence without anything good going on. And his name is Todd Starnes.
Now, Eric, now this is interesting. So what makes you say that, Eric?
Because you drink pee too, don't you, Todd?
I do, Eric.
Because you drink pee too, don't you, Todd?
I do, Eric.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Now, you're one of these crank callers, Eric, aren't you? I mean, you talk about having a pathetic life. I mean, Eric, you've been on hold for, almost a full hour waiting to try to prank us. Is that what you were trying to do, Eric? Is that what you do in your free time, your spare time?
Are you drinking more pee, Todd?
Oh, you see, this is really sad. What a sad little man you are, Eric. We're gonna say goodbye to Eric here. He's one of these Media Matters lowlifes. And if you don't know about Media Matters, this is a left-wing organization. They hate Fox News, and they want to destroy Fox News.
And they hate me because I'm a conservative and I stand up for conservative values. And every now and again, they have their workers or their minions actually call in and try to prank us. And this was clearly one of these guys. And it's pretty pathetic. Can you imagine here you are. The guy ought to be working, but he may not, he may be one of these guys that wants to live off the government teat.
Wow, a couple of bangers from the prank stars. But let's check in with one of our Fun Bunch members. This is a guy you didn't see last week, a newer member of the Fun Bunch. It's Patriot Pete. He loves his country, and this Patriot show, they somehow let him come on a video conference call. So now you get to see a video prank from Pete the Patriot. Check it out.
I am a patriot, are you a patriot? You better be a patriot or you will pay.
And it looks like we have another panelist.
Woo, yay.
So, if I thought my country was being stolen from me, how would peacefully protesting solve that issue?
Make a comment about Martin Luther King and his peaceful protest and what it did. And he goes, he was a democratic socialist. Like, that's going to piss me off.
Oh, that'll piss me off. DSA, hey guys, how are you? Patriot Pete here. How are you? Thanks for having me on the call.
Hey, glad to have you.
You look like Borat, man. I'm going to tell you.
Excuse me?
You look a little like Borat right there.
Because of the mustache?
Yes, that's exactly. I was like,
well, mustache is sort of an old fashion.
Like,
it's sort of the way that people used to wear their facial hair a lot traditionally in this country, and a lot of patriots. You look at people Civil War era and stuff.
definitely had mustaches, and nowadays not so much. Nowadays you wear a mustache and you come on something like this and people say, oh, you look like Borat, and it's like a joke or something like that. But back in the day,
I don't mean any. I mean no disrespect whatsoever.
Absolutely. I appreciate what you guys. I just heard DSA, sorry, and my blood started boiling when I heard Democratic Socialists of America. I like to call them. Can I swear on this?
Try to keep it as clean as possible. I actually do have an FCC license, so I have to be careful.
Yes,
but
of course. And then and I appreciate what you guys are doing. By the way, I live in Washington D.C. Do you guys live in Washington D.C.?
No.
How come?
Well, it's not big enough to hold America, and the politics would just drive me nuts.
But it's the nation's capital.
Yeah.
So it's where the decisions get made in the country. So I personally moved there. I made the decision. I think it's probably a good idea to move there because that's the nation's capital. And so as sort of, as a patriot, it's probably best to live there.
Go for it, but it won't hold all of us.
That's true. That's a good point. So what are you guys doing to further the America First agenda? I see you're doing your live stream. You've got that going on. What do you do day to day to, do you buy local? Do you buy, as far as the clothing that you're wearing, is that manufactured in America?
We have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea. And so
I honestly,
but that's interesting to me because it's like there's very simple things we can do to support people domestically, and you guys aren't doing that.
Everything I have is American, and all the design work that I have for my companies and everything.
Yeah.
Here, United States based.
All the clothing you're wearing is American made. You're sure of that? Every piece of clothing you're wearing is American made. You're sure of that? Let's see. I would love to see the tag on it to get verification on that.
They're not having a tag because my wife made it.
Oh, your wife made it. Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's cool. And your wife's American?
Yeah.
We live in South Dakota.
That's great. What about the more perfect union? This guy, he's not even willing to put himself on screen. I bet you he's probably wearing some sort of.
Oh, time out, Pete.
Time out.
So there's a way to get your point across. Your point.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it. You may have your way. I'm getting my point across right now. Your way of getting your point across is to hide behind your keyboard and not even show yourself on screen because you're probably wearing some sort of communist shirt. That's the truth.
Okay, so
Really?
Patriot, you have a message for us. I'm
Yes.
sure you do.
Yes.
Let's tell us your message.
This is a big one. If you don't live in America, how are you going to call yourself a patriot? If you don't live in the United States of Washington, D.C. as well, the capital, how are you going to call yourself a patriot? I want people out there fighting. You ever consider going to a school and yelling?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Did you ever consider going to a school and yelling about freedom?
I think everyone has considered that. I mean,
Yeah.
there is frustration.
Hold on. I have a. You said.
Oh, the faceless guy wants to talk. Hang on, the faceless guy won't even show his face. Wants to talk. Everybody, stop now.
Okay.
So you can't be a patriot unless you live in the nation's capital. What about the founders?
What about the founders?
How many of them lived in Washington,
the
D.C.?
nation's capital?
So you're going to go back historically to a time when Washington, D.C.
I'm illustrating the idiocy of your point.
I know a real estate agent who lives in Washington that can help you to find a home at a reasonable price. There's real estate there. If you don't want to be a patriot, don't be a patriot. That's it. It's
Okay,
like you get to make a decision.
Just
Patriot.
I did not bring you on the program to attack other people. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and have attacks being made because you had a message. I brought you on to talk about it, and I understand some people.
He might be Russian. He might be Russian. That's why he's not showing himself. He might be Russian, and behind him is Russian stuff, and that's why he doesn't want to show his cam.
Rabbit hole.
Show your cam. Show your cam if you're not in Russia. Show your cam if you're not in Russia.
Yeah, there's
Patriot.
there's a technical issue.
Yeah. Oh, technical issue. The technical issue.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
And so I would suggest to Patriot Pete, while he is, clearly very devoted, I would much welcome a return even of this gentleman. But if we can try to have a kinder approach. Hi, more perfect union. There you go. Look at that.
Officer Steve is a police officer who basically doesn't take any shit and wants every single person to agree with every single thing he says. This week, he encountered a host who thought it would be a good idea to joke around with the man. Big mistake. Check it out.
All units, please respond. We've got a hostile radio host. Please be advised, the suspect is non-compliant. Authorization for full force.
You Mirandize our friend checking in? All right. Steve, welcome to the Sergio show. You calling in from San Antonio, it says, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Sergio. Sorry, what did you say before? Did you refer to me as something before I came on the air?
No, I just said, Steve, welcome to the Sergio show. That's all I said.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Oh, I thought you said something to the producer. That's okay. I wanted to talk about the issue that you're dealing with. You seem like you're a little bit. Have I caught you at a bad time or something? I'm confused here. I'm sorry. I'm a law enforcement officer, so I wanted to call in and discuss it from my perspective, the issues that we're
No,
dealing
I understand.
with
No,
here.
you're good, my brother. You're good. I was asking producer Freddie if he had spoken to you off air. Like, that's why he was spinning. I said, did you? I asked Freddie, did you Mirandize? Did you explain to the caller that they're going to
Mirandize,
get? Yeah, right.
Because when I heard that, that's why it sort of was interesting to me.
And you're in law
Are
enforcement.
you a police officer? Are you a law enforcement officer?
Oh no. It's just.
So why would? And is he a law enforcement officer?
But we just pat you down to make sure you understand it's live radio and you need to behave and not say some nasty 4-letter words. And you are on live radio. Is that what you wanted, Steve, or did you want to speak to my producer off air? Which one did you want to do?
I'd like to speak on the air. Sorry, are you trying to kick me off the air, a law enforcement officer? You don't want to hear my point of view on it? You think your point of view is more important? This is very odd, Sergio, the way you're dealing with this. Do you have a respect for the police?
Can you speak with him and calm down? I think he needs decaf. I ask him what he wanted to say. Maybe he's had bad experience with media in the past. I don't know, man. All right. Well, we'll save it for another guy. I don't know why he got so defensive. Well, if it's true that he's in law enforcement, and if he's in San Antonio, I don't know who he's talked to in the past that he would be so.
When I'm not hosting, I'm pranking, and I do it under the moniker Prank Stallone. And this week, I hit one of my favorite targets, Rudy Giuliani, who somehow doesn't know my voice, even though I've pranked him 300 times. And a new target, a little fella by the name of Harlan Hill. Check it out.
You guessed it.
Prank Stallone. It's on the phone.
Rich in Manhattan. Rich.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Rich. Hear you fine.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. That's great. I got to say, I'm real happy that you're continuing to do the show, first off. I was really worried they were going to succeed in silencing you, and your voice and passion is important, so I'm happy that you're continuing to do the show, and I want to say thank you from your audience for that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That is very nice, Robert, and I'm glad that they're letting me do it, because the whole purpose of that is to silence me. They went and got my iCloud account, which is filled with attorney-client privilege material. I mean, this is like we don't have a constitution anymore.
It's unbelievable. Hey, I'm happy to see your son Andrew seems to have the same passion as you. That's wonderful to see. He does kind of have a unique look. Is he
No, he's not. And you're talking about my second cousin, I think. It was a long time ago. And she's a very, very fine woman. And Andrew's mother is Donna Hanover.
Hello?
Oh, hi. I was looking to reach Harlan Hill.
Sorry, who's this?
Oh, hi. My name is Jason Terry, and I'm with OEN. We're just working on a story, and I just had a quick question for you, if I've not caught you at a bad time.
Sure, go ahead.
So are you a child dressed up as a grown-up, or are you an actual grown-up?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Showstoppers!
Are you a man or are you a boy? When you go to the store, do you run straight for the toys? Are you a boy or are you a man? Are you allowed to cook with pots and pans? Are you allowed to cook with pots and pans?
All right, everybody, that's the end of this week's episode. Chris, too, any final thoughts?
How am I supposed to know what kind of food I even like to eat?
And I guess we should check in with our trusted producer, Chris 3. Chris 3, any news for next week's episode?
A delivery guy came in. I accidentally strangled him to death.
All right, that's great. And everyone else, if you're looking for some more action this week, head over to patreon.com/notevenashow. We've got Tech Talk with Terry. We've got another Patriot Pete call, and we check in with Ed Till. But until next week, I'm Chris 1. I'm your host. Band, take us out.